When I was growing up, my mother used to say to me, patience is a virtue. It was very important to me growing up because, when you're a kid, you want something, you want it now. But be patient, she would tell me. Well, little did I know her advice would come in handy as a parent, too. You see, my son, who's a toddler, can pretty much only say three things: mine, Billy, and why. Well, let me talk about the whole mine thing first. Believe me, it takes a whole lot of patience when you're in the grocery store and he's grabbing things off the shelf left and right and saying, mine, mine, mine. And then you have to turn around and say, no, 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 and then pick it up all off the floor and put it back. Oh, it's frustrating, you bet. But it took me a while to realize that he's not doing it to be self-centered or selfish. He's doing it because it's hard for him to see things through someone else's perspective. Right now, the only view of the world he has is his own. So if you think of it that way, it's pretty logical. Okay, I want you to meet someone. Here's Billy. You don't see him, do you? I could never see him either, but my son swears he's there. You see, Billy's his imaginary friend, and they do everything together. Now, some people think it's weird that my son has an imaginary friend like Billy, but I think it's great. I encourage it because he's using his imagination, and that's the way it should be at his age. And right now, he's in the process of figuring out the difference between the real world and the make-believe world, between what's pretend and what's not. The doctors say that this and beginning to think with some logic is very important at his age. You know what else my son likes to do? He likes to play the why game. I bet you know that one. Maybe you've even played it once or twice. Why are we going to the store? Because we need to buy your cousin a present. Why? Because it's his birthday. Well, why? Because that's the day he was born. Why? And so on. The questions seem to never end, and it can get tiring. But as my mom said, patience is a virtue. And sometimes I actually have fun with his questions. My son is eager to learn about the world around him, and as a parent, I love that. It also helps us nurture our relationship because I feel good when he's coming to talk to me. The more we talk now, the more we'll talk when he's a teenager. And that will be a good thing. And he's also developing his communication skills. Why? Because we're together, spending time and interacting. Why? Because he's always asking so many great questions. Why? Because he wants to know all about the world around him. Why? I don't know. Maybe we should just ask Billy.